Will your loved one, your darling, your desired partner, will he or she end the relationship? With the current partner, with the temporary fling, with people who keep influencing him or her? Will he or she end the relationship, this connection? Let's take a look now. We are tapping into the energy of the present, the most prominent energy that wants to reveal itself. And collective readings cannot apply to everyone, and the person cards are gender neutral. So let's take a look now. Very, very important, before I start, a very warm love hello, a wonderful love hug to you all. I am sending you lots and lots of light and love. You are truly fantastic because what you give me every day anew is simply so wonderful. A huge gift from me. You are a great gift to me. Thank you for your loyalty here on the channel. And to everyone who has newly joined, a warm welcome. It's great that you are here. Yes, and as I said, we are here collectively. We are now posing the question from your beloved person. I also took the question from a comment, and there are 2 or 3 others. I need to check again. And really, I will definitely go through all of them one by one, and you can always give me ideas for a question for the collective. Very, very gladly. So, and now let's see. Your beloved person, will he or she influence or end the connection, the contact with others, or even the relationship? In the collective, everything has to be approached a bit more broadly. So let's take a look. Okay, we'll start right away with the Hermit. So, your beloved person is already lonely here. Here is an emptiness within him or her as well. And a really, really great topic here is self-awareness. And there is a disappointment present. There is a bit of disappointment hanging there. What exactly it is, we will also look into. We delve completely into the depths. But something is also searching. So this loneliness that he or she has, and also this searching. But here it's also about self-awareness. He or she realizes something. What do we have here? Okay, we have the Two of Swords. Two of Swords, so there is really a conflict, right? There is doubt, which is showing up here again, despair. And there's also a part now he is also preserving, or she is keeping distance. And if he or she is in a relationship, whether it's friends, family, or someone who repeatedly perhaps has led you astray concerning your direction, concerning you, the path with you to you, there is so the doubt already there. So something doesn't fit there. Even if there's a catalyst, as I like to call them, a person who has come between male as well as female. But something seems to be active with him too. And it's about clarity. But regarding the relationship with the other or family, friends, however, it is already shown that he is in doubt. And maybe it's also an issue that he can't really trust himself. But there's this, yes, this, he's still hanging in the ropes. But something is here, something that occupies him, self-awareness, and now he's looking it in the eye. So he's getting there because something doesn't fit anymore, something isn't right anymore of his current situation. So, and now we have, swords again, we have swords, swords. So, great. Swords, swords, a departure is shown. This rigidity, this emptiness that he still has within himself now. This, yes, no longer trusting this connection that currently exists with someone else. Now it means, yes, it's going into this change. But there is still a bit of fear that is also a little stuck. It still hinders the whole thing a bit. It's still a bit stuck in his or her gears. But a slow detachment process is shown because something no longer fits. Something is no longer right. And self-awareness, which we just saw earlier. So something is happening there. How? Let's take a closer look now. What is happening in the gut? With your heart's desires, what's going on there? So, we already have some movement here. Movement is being shown here. And I think it's fantastic, absolutely. We have a very clear picture being shown here. Sorry if I have to smile a bit here. Okay. With your loved one, it shows, as I said, I have to interpret more generally. We are in the collective. Please adapt this for yourselves also regarding the people involved. And take out for yourselves what you say, okay, this is my puzzle piece. Not everything can be consistent here. Your loved one is very clearly in a process of detachment here. Definitely a detachment process from a current person with whom he might have been the one who was the temporary solution. Your connection, which ended, then someone else came into play here, or your connection was separated by someone else. It could also be friends, acquaintances, or family. And these are old behavior patterns from him or her that have repeatedly shown up here in all relationships before you. And it was always the same pattern. But for the loved one, trust is a very, very big issue because he or she cannot completely trust themselves. And there we are also at a very big issue that he, yes, does not really know himself, does not really trust himself. And there is also a big issue with this fear of loss that is being shown. And jealousy is a very, very big issue. Some may not have really shown it, the jealousy, but I see in the person what is going on inside, what is really happening. Experienced a lot in the past, pushed away. I mean, he is not a child of sadness. He is not innocent now. I don't want to completely defend him either. Only his inner self. What I see here, I have a lot of heart, a lot of warmth, a lot of love, a lot of inner conflict from the past as well, and always this pushing away, not wanting to look there, and repeatedly suppressing, running away, and always further, further, further. I have his heart again and again. Here lies what he has always kept closed, never fully opened. And detaching from the old means the person currently in his environment, it seems to me that this connection has already ended. So the separation process, this process, if it hasn't been carried out yet, it is in full swing. But really, because I see with your loved one that he has these cleanup tasks, that what he has experienced here, this self-awareness, this realization, what has completely gone wrong here, but this time really severely, he now has to process. So for some, if the whole thing is already over here, as I said, either with a person with whom one has been in a relationship level, partnership, but I don't really see it clearly here, this complete partnership, because I have it more in secrecy. So this is neither here nor there. So I don't really have love in play here because I have rather completely suppressed love here. And this false perspective, this false thinking, this false action, false activities. And it's like I said, either friends, family, or relationship. I have this in the process here because I have complete disappointment with your loved one here. Complete disappointment means that he or she was completely deceived by this person. And in retrospect, something else is coming up now. Even if the relationship is already over now, and you say, but it's already over here. Or if it's over, then he can reappear here with me now. There we have, this is his clarification process. This is his process, these cleanup tasks. Because there comes again, or one always comes, in repetition, I have it a bit here. Like, one or the other message or what is not a message can also be something in public, that he gets something transmitted by others. It doesn't have to be that this person writes to him or her, but he hears, sees something, gets something in retrospect. And that pulls him completely back in here, because I have the betrayal here. So whether it's a relationship or a friendship, I have this betrayal, he was betrayed. And in retrospect, some things are now coming to light here, revealing how he was exploited or how he was betrayed. Because if it's a friendship, it's the wrong friendship. Because here I have this behind the back stuff coming out. Things are coming out where there were other activities, where he wasn't at all, where he was lied to. He practically feels excluded regarding what went on in the background, behind his back. If it should be about another woman here, meaning a partnership, then I clearly see betrayal here. The betrayal with another man or woman, you know what I mean? And that's what's coming out now, because this person seems to have been around for a while, even when the contact was still there. I'll just say, relationship, please adapt it for yourselves as needed. Whether it's friendship, or if it's on a friendship level with the other person, or whether he was in a relationship with her here, or whether it was family. And it is such that it is now coming out that afterwards there were quite a few things that went wrong. How he was deceived, was betrayed. And this is now coming out because this person was also in a relationship during the time they were still in contact, already started something with someone else here. Even if it's a friendship, as I said, this friendship went in another direction and exploited him. I only have this exploitation, only half of the yes, told half the truth, and always twisted everything to suit this person. And practically picked the laurels from everything. And it turns out that this person has now either gone back to an ex-relationship or met someone else and quickly entered into a relationship. So this person was basically leading a double life. And that's what's all coming out now. And if the separation hasn't happened yet, as I said, I see it in full swing here. Because one thing after another keeps coming up. As I have him completely in this frustration with himself, thinking, what a fool I have been. And what have I gotten myself into here? How blind have I been? Because your loved one is coming more into contact with how your heart speaks. Coming back more into this connection on the heart level. Heart level, we are back to the past. What have I actually left behind? And now we are here in the area that concerns you. Love, because there. And that's how he kept covering up the love. He has, as mentioned, deceived himself here, let himself be deceived. And let himself be pulled away from love. The love is in your direction. The love is towards you. There are feelings, and there is still this closed off part, this which was never really lived between the two of you. As mentioned, one thing or another is coming out here or has already come out. So no matter what behaviors you notice from him or her now, it has to do with the fact that he is still being confronted with things here that really hit home. And that means, first of all, to process it. Self-awareness, as mentioned, what kind of fool was I? What did I do? How did I let myself be deceived? How did I let myself be betrayed? It's about trust again. He let himself be completely manipulated here, I would like to add. And yes, we definitely have. If it happens again here, when communication happens again with one or the other, the communication is unpleasant. So if you think yes, why, there is still occasionally that they might write that you notice something no matter how. It means smile, lean back and chuckle, open a bag of chips or whatever. Because here, there are very, very unpleasant communications being shown because I feel the absolute coldness, this derogatory attitude from this person towards your loved one. As I said, the cleanup work is in full swing. It's all happening here as far as the whole thing is concerned. And here it's about, again, from the past, he keeps bringing it all back. Hey, wait a minute. The clear view, this clarity, all this foggy veiled stuff, it's dissolving. The detachment from the old. Because now the clear view is coming back, concerning you from the past. What was actually there? Getting the heart of your beloved person back. And now feelings are emerging. And that's because inside I have these tears, truly this sorrow, these tears, these worries. What he might have completely left behind. Trampled happiness completely underfoot. That's what he hadn't seen. And now there's the area again where he starts step by step to free himself from this chaos. As I said, the cleanup work. And his determination is clearly and distinctly towards love. To feel the love, the connection again. To feel the love. What he might not have seen all this time because he let himself be dazzled, let himself be manipulated. So let's see what else we get here. Absolutely fantastic. On one hand, we have death, and don't be alarmed by death. The card, actually in this sense, is also a very positive card because I have here the farewell, the transition, the end, the transformation, the conclusion of a phase. This phase, the detachment from the old, which is also shown here. It shows again here that this chapter is being closed. This phase, it is completely moving out of this rigidity. And as if he wants to erase it here as well. Clean up, erase, end, restart, new beginning. Transformation, change, because here it is completely moving into healing. He is going more into communication with himself, self-awareness, and here completely into healing. And it might also be that she is currently withdrawing a bit more. Or sometimes maybe messages are a bit like where you think somehow it's not getting started. But that has nothing to do with you. So, and it's wonderful because the old is ending. The new is beginning. So practically the old, love not seen, feelings not properly perceived, honestly, truly perceived. That's where it goes, the transition into love. Into the connection, into the opening of the heart. And the opening of the heart is truly wonderful because love also shows love. What the relationship with you, the connection with you, what value it had for him. And there is also this standing by each other, this self-awareness and this realization of how you might have always stood by him. Because here an irresistible attraction is shown again. And a heartfelt decision is made. The opening of the heart. Here, it goes back into the heart. And this phase is concluded. From the old, what has been. It frees itself, clears things up, works through everything, and goes completely into love here. And that is an absolute transformation, a new beginning, a change. Dear ones, I thank you from the bottom of my heart for watching, and I wish you a wonderfully beautiful day. And you always decide freely for yourselves whether you want it again or not. And always focus on yourselves. Very, very, very important. Because you are the most important person in your life. I wish you all the best. Goodbye.